Now, on a lighter note, we're going to go through some pictures here, association, as I call it. And
it's not a Rorschach test, is it?
No. So this is the logo for where you pretty much built your reputation, I would say. Any thoughts on it? JCPS, Jefferson County Public School System.
It's, you know, where I've been able to grow the most, and just an amazing place to work. And we've had lots of ups and downs. We have a wonderful leader now in Dr. Polio, and I get to work with the most compassionate people in the world, and with the best kids and families ever.
That's beautiful. Now, this says Harvard on it up in the corner. What's going on here?
That is the best. So, in one of my roles is I sit on the leadership team for family engagement for JCPS. And those wonderful people are from all different departments. And we got to go to a family engagement institute at Harvard this summer.
Oh, wow.
And actually, Barack Obama stood on those same stairs, and so Justin, who's in there, sent us a picture of Barack on those stairs and then us on those stairs.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty cool.
And I wonder who this might be.
That's me as a little girl.
Little did the world know. Yeah. Here she is, all grown up.
That's my dissertation day. That's the day I defended my dissertation.
Big day.
And Liam took that picture. He came to my defense with me.
That's great.
And sat and listened to us talk about boring stuff forever.
And here's the first picture of you with the boys.
Yes, Thanksgiving Day. My parents come for Thanksgiving, and my dad took that picture.
That's great.
And Cole's hair was yellow because he tried to dye it. Yeah. Because they were going they made the Elite Eight that year.
Oh, of course.
At
gotta have
school.
A reason, right?
That's right.
I love this picture of the three boys.
Yes, so that's Cole and Liam and Kiwan, and we were at a fundraiser that night. And I got to be with all my boys.
That's great. Here's when the boys are younger.
At my aunt's house in Tennessee.
That's great. And it looks like there's some mischievous going on here.
It was Christmas Eve night. Yes, and we were playing games and having fun with each other.
That's great.
That was one of those Christmas Eves where the next day they leave me.
Oh, yeah.
So they went to see their dad, and so we were just having fun.
And then they grow up and achieve things. Yeah. Look
Cole's
how big
graduation, yes. Yeah. And he was Scholar All-American. Yeah. And that was his graduation
and again,
day.
Our 213th guest. I think there's one of our very youngest. This might be
That's
church.
At our church. That is our church, and I love that cross. And it's just really important. So that sits where I can see it in my favorite seat in my home.
Oh, great. You got that picture right there.
Yes, I do.
And what's going on here?
So on Christmas morning, the boys and I surf. So we go walk downtown and we serve food and bags of socks and gloves. And so that is, Cole and I were walking towards some homeless people to give them food and offer them, support.
Liam, just to give him a shout out, he actually did the homeless survey in the dead of winter, and actually was like the coldest day of the year.
Yes.
And federally, they had to do it on that day. So
and he did it.
Both of them.
Yes.
The compassion. Now, what's this?
So that was the presentation of my research that I did my dissertation on, and so I was able to present it at the Ocala conference. And Ocala is the Ohio Center for Autism and Low Incidence, and so that was the first time I presented my research.
Now, this is a mouthful of an organization. What are they known for?
The National Clearinghouse for Autism and Evidence is really bridging the gap between research and practice. And so we are charged to utilize evidence-based practices that have been researched. And so I have been able to be on the last 2 review committees for those evidence-based practices for the United States. And so that was this current review. And then the National PD Center for Autism Spectrum Disorders was the first 2 reviews of the evidence-based practices. Wow. And also with them, I was able to, we had a state partnership with the National PD Center, and I started the first 4 model classrooms for evidence-based practices in the state.
That is amazing.
It was really
now, what
cool.
is evidence-based practices, roughly, in broad strokes?
It means that we have evidence from research that it works for students with autism at certain age levels. And so we had a university partner who came in and they trained us. They helped us provide technical assistance and teach those adults in the classroom to utilize those practices with fidelity.
Now you have an object here with you in the studio. Can you share what that's about with the audience?
So this is a frog, and what's most important is the saying. And I worked with a mother who was not ready to move her child to a special school.
Okay.
And so it took a year for me to show her schools and work with her son. And I don't ask anyone to do anything that I'm not going to do.
Sure.
And he had behaviors. And so I worked one-on-one with him or two-on-one with him for quite a while. But we just couldn't get the behavior where we needed it to be for him to be in a comprehensive school. And she and I, she didn't trust me right away. Okay. And I had to build that trust. Sure. And I had to show her that I would work with him and that I loved him as much as she does. And then I had to show her different schools and take her to different types of classrooms. And she finally put her child in one of our special schools. And that summer she showed up and she left this for me. And it says, thanks, you could have let the moment pass or look the other way. Instead, you took the time to care. I thank you every day.
That's great.
And, you know, I chose this yesterday and that was, he's going into 9th grade, and that was when he was in 4th grade.
Oh, wow.
But that I went to that school yesterday, and she was there having his transition meeting for going to high school.
Oh, wow.
And I got to see her and hug her, and she invited me to their home again. And, you know, I said, you didn't trust me. And she's like, you know, I'm going to fight for my boy. It doesn't mean I don't love you.
Right.
And I don't care. And I don't even like you. It just means I'm going to fight for what's best. Right. And she's going through the process again right now.
Wow.
So
that's great. I appreciate you sharing that.
I keep it on my desk at all times.
What is the longevity of an individual with autism? Do they lead a full life? Can they live to be, say, 80 or 90?
They do, yes.
Wow, that's great.
So
I wouldn't have thought that.
Right. So unfortunately, if we don't provide them with a way to communicate, some of that life will be very frustrating. But they do.